All right, we got it. It's the LG Cosmos Touch from Verizon Wireless. Thank you everyone for asking a million times for us to do this review. We finally got the phone. We're gonna do an unboxing right now and just take a quick look, quick first impressions. But first of all, I know you guys hate this, but I have to thank the guys at Best Buy Mobile for sending us the LG Cosmos Touch. One of the things that I like about Best Buy Mobile is the fact that they sell phones from every major carrier. So they're not gonna try to sell you a phone from Sprint just because they work for Sprint, or a phone from T-Mobile just because they work for T-Mobile. They really don't care what carrier you go with. They just want to help you find a phone that's best for you. So thank you Best Buy Mobile for being so awesome. Thank you guys for listening to that. Thanks for watching. I'm Cindy from PhoneDog.com. Let's go check out the LG Cosmos Touch. So here it is, the LG Cosmos Touch, one of Verizon's new messaging phones, the follow-up to the original Cosmos, which did not have a touchscreen. So this one's kind of new, but it still has a physical keyboard. So we'll open it up, and here's the phone. You can see the screen there, and the keyboard slides out. Anyway, we'll get more to that later. Otherwise, in the box, you have your notice. Before removing and installing the battery cover, please read the following instructions. Okay. You have the modular charger, which is the word I was saying, and this is the USB cable. Right, I'm smart, I know how to talk. USB cable, looks like probably just, micro USB to standard USB, modular charger, and then your getting started guide, tips, hints, and shortcuts, and this thing that you need to read. That's, I'm sure it's pretty simple, whatever it says. Okay, so we'll power it on. That's not the power button. Oh, that's the power button. Duh. Okay, so it's kind of a sort of a thick device. Looking at the measurements, about 4 inches by nearly 2.1 inches, about 2 inches. And then it's over half an inch thick. It's 0.65 inches thick. So if I remember correctly, it's about the same as the original Droid or the Droid 2, which, that's a pretty thick device, pretty hefty. So it's a little bit thicker than I thought it would be, but then it is kind of short and stubby. So I know my hands are small, so every phone I hold looks huge, but it's actually pretty small if you were to see it. So this main display here is a 2.8 inch display. It has a resolution of 240 by 400, so pretty standard display, what we see on most messaging phones today. It is an LG phone, so you're gonna see a lot of the same. Wow, my gosh, I have a voicemail already. I will view that later. And okay. So yeah, like I was saying, the UI is going to be similar as to what we've seen on other LG phones. You have a page for your favorites, your favorite contacts you can add to this page. And then you have your main page and then messages. Okay, so that's a little different. The main page looks, similar to other LG phones, but when you slide it over, it can go straight to messages and then to your favorites. So sort of a different UI, and then you have your notifications down here for if you have any new messages or voicemails, and then messages, calls, contacts, and then the main menu. And so you have basic, standard Verizon LG options here: settings, Bing search, mobile web, my music. It does have a 3.5mm headphone jack. It also has a micro SD card slot right here, and it supports up to 16 gigabytes. It doesn't come with a card, so that's kind of nice. You have, the music player plus the headphone jack and the micro SD card slot, so that's kind of nice. Let me see what this arrow is. That's okay. Then you have different shortcuts here, and then you can drag them to the main screen. Did I do it right? Okay, well anyway, that's what you can do. It does also have a camera. There's an arrow there, just in case you don't know where to look. Look down, and there's the camera, yeah. It's a 1.3 megapixel camera with 2x digital zoom. It has all other features like night mode, white balance functions, brightness controls, but really nothing special. There's no flash, no focus. 1.3 megapixel is really nothing special, but you do have a camera and a dedicated camera button right there. That's the screen lock button. Let's take a, there's a micro USB charging port. Let's take a look at the keyboard here. We'll go to messaging. Okay, the quick brown, this whole space bar in between the letters is sort of confusing me. It's usually in between the V and the B whenever it's like that, and it just kind of confuses me a little bit. It sort of throws me off. Okay, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Okay, so that wasn't perfect. I didn't have any mess ups, but it sort of just, it always throws me off whenever it's like that. It's not a big deal because you can easily get used to it. I mean, if this is your device and you're going to be texting on it, you know, every day, obviously you're going to get used to that. So that's not a big deal. So don't, you know, just because I was confused and typing slowly, that doesn't mean it's a bad keyboard. It's just going to take me a little while to get used to. The buttons are sort of raised, you can see. They're plasticky, they're not the rubbery, mushy type. They're a little bit slippery, but I like the design of the keyboard just by the way it looks. And I think once I test it out more and use it more, then I'll also like, you know, just in terms of functionality. But just, you know, the way it looks, I really like it. It looks solid. It looks like a very nice keyboard. It looks like a high-end physical keyboard. So you have your dedicated number row function, period key, comma key, and then your D-pad there. So nice keyboard, you know, I like it so far, and then I'll test out more. You also have your T9 keypad there. No, we will not save that to drafts. Let me see, the battery cover is right here, and underneath it you have your battery. That was an accident. Okay, let me lock the screen. This is a 1000 milliamp hour battery, and so by LG's estimates, this should give you about 6 hours of talk time, and then about 20 days of standby time, which is pretty awesome. I'm sure it will not last 20 days in real-time usage with, you know, everyday usage, but at least we're setting our standards high, and so I'll test it out and see, you know, generally how much standby time I'll get with just real usage and testing it out. So put that back on there, and okay, so there it is, the LG Cosmos Touch with a little slide to unlock thing. Very cool. Oh, and the wallpaper is animated too. The little tree thing goes up. It's like the tree from Avatar. It's like the tree of life. Anyway, okay, I'm going to stop talking now. LG Cosmos Touch from Verizon Wireless. They also have the LG Cosmos Plain, if you don't like the touchscreen. The Cosmos Touch is available now for $79.99 on contract. You know, not too bad, 80 bucks. Looks like a great messaging phone, has a good physical keyboard, so I'll test it out more and see if it's really worth that price tag. But in the meantime, keep it on phonedog.com because I'm gonna post my first impressions article of this phone. And then, of course, we have plenty of reviews on other devices and the latest news. So phonedog.com, also our Facebook page, because we're giving away 100 iPads, and also we've added tons of other tablets. So if you don't want an iPad, we're giving away also Galaxy tabs, and you know, so you have options now. But we're giving away a ton of stuff, and by a ton, I mean like a ton, not like 20, but like hundreds, you know. So check out facebook.com/phonedog for more information on that. And I will figure out how to unlock the screen. I'm Sydney from phonedog.com. You can follow me on Twitter. It's my job to know. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you guys later.